in the division. Two teams just met 2 weeks ago when Green Bay beat Chicago by a touchdown. On Saturday, the Bears will be without two of their top pass catchers, Rome Odunze and Luther Burden III, both ruled out because of injuries. For Chicago, got to bear down. Both coaches know what's at stake.
Yeah, you're just grateful. You're grateful for it, and you don't want it to. You want to take advantage of the opportunity. You just don't know when it's going to happen again, and that's the nature of the NFL. The parity is so strong that when you have a good season, you win some of these one-score games like we've been able to, and put ourselves in a good spot. We want to make sure we capitalize on it as a team.
I think it's going to be electric. I'm sure they're going to have the big baritone national anthem guy out there piping it away. I think it's going to be an unbelievable atmosphere. I think it's playoff football atmosphere, so it'll be fun.
Looking forward to that game as we welcome in two-time Super Bowl champ Bryant McFadden and former Louisiana running back Emory Hunt. Next man up in Chicago, Roman Odunze will miss a third straight game because of a foot injury, while Luther Burden III injured his ankle last week against Cleveland. BMAC, how does this impact the Bears not having two of their top pass catchers in a critical division showdown?
Well, I think the explosiveness of the offense might be hampered because you will be without two outstanding playmakers. Luther Burden, over the last 2 weeks, man, he's been one of the unsung heroes for their offense. With his ability to make people miss, he can just get the football into his hands, and his athleticism usually surface, and being able to get some quality yards after the catch. And then Rome, he played his way into the number one role for their offense. You were missing him for the last 2 weeks, so I think it puts more of a point to see 12 personnel from Ben Johnson, 12 personnel by years as two tight ends, two wide receivers. They got two outstanding tight ends in our opinion. Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland, who really emerged to be a big-time playmaker, which actually helps the running game as well because both guys are more than willing participants in the running game. But I know one thing about Ben Johnson. He will have a game plan in place. It's unfortunate to be without two major contributors in the passing game, but if you're going to be without two outstanding players, I would love to have a coach like Ben Johnson to rely on to come up with a game plan that will still be able to provide the necessary impact that you need to have.
It's funny because I'm glad we touched on the 12 personnel because there's 4 words: Cole Kmet, Colston Loveland, DeAndre Swift, and Kyle Manunga. That's what they're going to see on Sunday. That's 4. Oh, I mean 4 names. But you get the point. The point is,
I'm just keeping you accountable.
The perch stands. 4 names, right? But we're talking about them not having two of the top receivers, right? But we mean that they have Michael Parsons. That run game is going to be vicious because now we're going to see if those defensive edge guys can make it stop the run. If that can't happen, guess what? More Swift, more Manunga. That's 4 words right there, right? Yeah. So that's 4 words, right? So I like the fact that they can run the football. That's why you have balance on offense. And it's the running back era that we're back in now. It's a great time to be a former running back.
We're not on a word count here, just so you know. We can go as long as you want. Like this is.
Yeah, but I wanted to make the point, but I kind of bungled the point.
No, I got it.
But we still got the
Funny.
yardage.
Yes, exactly. We still got the first down.
We got it.
We still got the first down. We got that. Bears currently hold the number 2 seed in the NFC. The defending Super Bowl champion Eagles own the 3 seed, and they can clinch the NFC East with a win against the Commanders or a Cowboys loss to the Chargers. Philadelphia would be the first repeat champion in the NFC East since Philadelphia from 2001 to 2004. Here's Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni on the opportunity.
It's just the next game, and we know it's an opportunity to win the division. And we'll cross, as my dad used to always say, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I'm excited to be able to go out and play football, and coach football, and get an opportunity for us to get better against a well-respected opponent.
It's just the next game. Nick Sirianni isn't wrong. BMAC, I kind of like this. Don't make it bigger than it is. Chance to clinch the division title, but you're the Eagles. You're trying to win another Super Bowl. Like, we don't need to make this bigger than it is.
No question, and they're in a good position to get the T-shirts and the hats. They've been there before. When you look at the NFC East guys, I know the Commanders a year ago made a nice late second run. Eventually got to the playoffs, but that was the Eagles' division to lose last year, just like it is right now. So they're in a familiar spot. I think the most important thing to the Eagles is to build on the momentum they created last week against the Raiders. Because before that Raiders ball game, remember Eventually, defense couldn't get anything going. And we saw some nice efficiency from Jalen Hurts. He threw 3 touchdowns, 12 or 15, throwing the football, and their defense was phenomenal. So that's what I'm looking to see. Build on what you created last week. Against an opponent you should be able to take care of your business against in the Washington Commanders. Everything else is going to happen. The hats, the t-shirts, and if they beat the Commanders to your point, Hakeem, and they went to the division, I don't expect to see a big celebration because of the hats and the t-shirts. You know what I mean? That is supposed to happen. That's what the mindset was for all of the Eagles coming into this season. It's about getting to another sticky Lombardi once again. So I like how he's handled this ordeal. It's the next game, but it's the next game because it's the biggest game. But we're supposed to do that. This is what we're supposed to do. We're trying to go get something bigger and better. But to do that, you got to take care of your business.
Right, and I totally agree with you. Like, this has nothing but, hey man, we are in this situation because of how we built this team. We do what we do, and we're going to do it again. No matter who's out there, we got their ship right back on track against the Raiders, and I think they'll keep that on track because now it's late in December. It's time to get on that run and start playing your best ball towards the postseason. And if so happen along the way, you win the division once again, back-to-back times again, then you do it in route. That's par for the course. So I do like the fact that they're taking this approach to it. They're the better team. If they can continue to execute like they did against the Raiders, they'll win this one easily.
Yeah, I mean, if it was the Cleveland Browns, it'd be a big game, right? To win the division would be a big deal. If you know, I mean, but this is the Eagles where they won a Super Bowl last year.
They had to throw the Cleveland Browns.
You got to have higher expectations.
Yeah, true, right.
Of course, I got to throw my Cleveland Browns in there. I mean,
yeah, I was waiting. I was trying to see.
I'm just being a fan. I mean, they don't have much to play for. Myles Garrett's trying to get a record.
You ain't wearing nail orange in that outfit.
Myles Garrett's trying to get a record. All right, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame one day, and so is this next guy. On Monday night, 44-year-old Phillip Rivers will trot back out onto the field for the Colts as they host the 49ers. Last week, in his first NFL game in 5 years, Phillip Rivers completed 18 of his 27 passes for 120 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception in a loss to Seattle. Colts have lost 4 in a row and are battling for their playoff lives. Rivers remains optimistic in his abilities.
I do think it's going to continue to improve. The key is going to be winning along the way, as we know. There's not much use in getting better if we're not winning because it'll all be over there in the report if we don't take care of business here when we get time. I don't feel the limitations pushing the ball down the field. Am I going to throw it 60 yards? No, but I can't name many times I ever did that anyway. But, you know, if you get it out on time, things that we can do, I don't think that there's like, oh, we can't call this or we can't call that.
All right, so Rivers says he doesn't feel any limitations. B-Mac, you can't argue with the man about what he feels, right? But what are you seeing? Does he look limited to you? 1 game sample size. He says he's not going to throw the ball 60 yards down the field. He didn't do that in his heyday. He was a dink and dunk with Antonio Gates. We know that. Backfield with LaDainian Tomlinson. But what are you seeing from him as he says that there's no limitations?
Man, I agree with Phillip Rivers. I was overly surprised to see how well he played last week. You said that he completed 18 passes. Coming straight off the couch. Coming straight off the couch, in the ice cream shops, in the car pickup line, with the high school team, coaching them up. And he went and played with grown men, the best in the world, and completed 18 passes and almost won a ball game. They lost by 2 points. So no, I didn't see any limitations. The great thing about Phillip Rivers and why he was able to be successful in ending his retirement for 5 years and jumping right back into the saddle is because he was never athletic. He never relied on speed or quickness. He never relied on making people miss. He always relied on orchestrating from within the pocket and being decisive with his decision-making ability. And that ability is still in play. The above-the-shoulder game is still really, really good for Phillip Rivers. It was all about getting that old play 60 all warmed up last week. Yeah. He finally got it running. He kind of got in his groove. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a better effort in the second game of Phillip Rivers this Monday night against the San Francisco 49ers.
I was worried for him, you know, especially after he took that hit in the first quarter. I thought that he shattered his entire infrastructure. I was like, there's no way he's going to get up. They had to drag him off the field. And I don't know who's going to play quarterback at this point. It may have been Tyler Warren. And then he got into a groove. The ball was coming out quickly, on time, short underneath. I love how he threw out that arbitrary I'm not going to throw it 6 yards. Like, bro, I just want to see you throw it 35 yards. I think the longest pass he threw in that ball game was at the end when it was intercepted. So I just want to see if he can continue to expand the passing game, lift that umbrella off the coverage, not be a dink and dunk guy like this, maybe be an intermediate guy. If that's the case, then their offense will start to look a little bit better under him in this game. But I was shocked that he took that hit, withstood the contact, got back in there, and, you know, we all 44, we all of age, and we all know what that's like, you know, but I was glad he really didn't die out there on the field.
It's that old man strength.
Yes.
That's what it is, that old man strength. Old man Rivers looking to rekindle some old magic against the 49ers. Brian McFadden and Henry Hunt here on H2. God bless you. He tried to hold the sneeze. It's all right, it happens.
That was a sneeze?
I think so.
Oh, my God.
That was a sneeze. Look.
That was Zach Sharpe and they scored.